everyone, it's Lynette with Charmed Grammy Crochet. Today is Friday, February 6th. I think this is Charm Chatter 22. Don't hold me to that, but I think that's what it is. I didn't look. And I don't know, is the light too bright? We'll do a little of this. So yesterday I got home from work and I was feeling very ambitious and I started redoing the yarn room. I was reworking this wall. The whole idea was to rework this wall. So if you see this wall in the videos, you might notice that it's a little different. I'm just going to turn everything so you can see it better. So over here, this used to be, I don't know, just different stuff. And it's still just, all of this in this row, all the way down on this very first row is now all of my like landscapes types yarns. They're all there. Then in the next row I put my hanks, and then in the next one down, this is all yarn from Linda, my crochet sister. The yarn she sent me is there, and then just a couple others to fill in that I didn't have really much yarn like that. And then at the bottom, which you really can't see too good, is the bottom of that row, which you really truly can't see. Let's see if I can do it this way. That's where I put my fives. I used a lot of 5 and 6 weight yarns when I did all of those crocheted scarves, and then that big huge blanket that I donated. So I don't have very much 5 and 6 weight yarn left. That's the 5 weight yarn, and then all of the rest of this wall I made is all pretty much my worsted. I don't have a great deal of 3 weight yarn other than what's in the cakes, because I find that it takes really a long time to work with that. So anyway, all this is pretty much 4 weight yarn. The very far in corner, back where you can't see in, is where I have some 3 weight yarns and some yarns that I bought for specific projects, but they haven't even made it into a WIP bag yet. So that's what's hiding back in the back that I can't. So they're like the not even sleeping WIP, you see it? That's what goes back there. So then in the closet behind me, let's go this way. None of this really changed much, other than I took my rock and roll from Hobium yarn that I had on this wall, just like stuffed in the middle, and I put it where I had yarn for that for this blanket that I was making. I bought way too much yarn for this blanket, so let's just go with that. And all of it was stored in there so I could pull it out easily. So now all of my rock and roll yarn is in there, and then this section, oh wait, I guess we have to show the whole thing. So this wall of yarn it's not that big of a wall. I mean, it might look like it goes back pretty far, but it's only 3 cubicles, so it's not as deep as what it looks like. But against the wall is what's left of my 6 yarns, and mostly 6, and then the next row is all of the wool alpaca blends, and then at the end here are the cottons, anything that's a cotton yarn. So it's all much more organized, and it made it a lot nicer to want to work or be in here. I mean, who doesn't want to be in the yarn room? I know everybody wants to be in the yarn rooms because you're yarny people. You want to be in the yarn room. I'm a yarny person. I like being in the yarn room, but it's neater and more organized now. And I have extra cubicles. I don't know how I managed that, but I have some that, like in that far back corner, that don't even have yarn in them. And the ones that have my worsteds aren't overpacked. This side where the cottons are, that's a little tight. Crochet faster. What else can I say? Now there's yarn behind you too, but that's different yarn. I have a cubby full of different yarn. I'm just looking to see, but they're set, they're good, so they're staying where they are. And now my yarn room is much neater and nicer, and I'm really happier with it. Now, if I had a comfier chair in here, I would actually crochet in here. Except that I would miss my husband. So, I mean, he watches, we really don't watch a lot of TV, but we'll sit on the couch together. He's on his phone playing games and Googling, and he loves to cook, so he does a lot of Pinterest and recipe looking and things like that, which is yay, because I really hate cooking anymore. And now he's the one asking, so what do you want for dinner tonight? And I love that. And I say, I don't care. You can make whatever you feel like. Because really, I told him this yesterday. I know this is way off topics here, but I don't care if we eat sandwiches every day. I don't care. If I don't have to cook it, I don't care what we eat. So that's fun. So I did want to show you the new redone yarn room. I did spend a great deal of time in here, and it was so much fun. But it takes a lot of energy to redo the yarn room. I mean, I can't do it when I'm tired. And I wasn't tired after work yesterday, surprisingly. So it was a good day to do that. And if you're losing your Crojo and you have a yarn area, I think playing in it really brings that back out again. Because as you're going through your yarn, you're like, oh God, I could make this and I could make that. And I'm like, there was someone, oh, like, I should put this in a bag, and because I want to make this out of this, and I want to make, you know, and I just saw somebody making that, and this yarn would be perfect. And I already have too many WIPs, okay? So I need to crochet faster. The bottom line is I need to crochet faster. So I do want to show you what I have one project tip for you. When I come up with them, I like to show you. Well, first I'll show you what I'm making in the bag. So, you know, let's start over. Krista from the Secret Yarnery was doing some tips the other day on one of her videos. And she likes to keep hers in baskets. Now, I paid $3.15 for this basket, and it's big. It's a good size basket. I tried her tip, and I really do like using this better than I like using a WIP bag, which I have many bags. And I know you buy them from other crafters. I use for WIP bags, I use them. The shopping bags, I mean, anything is a bag. I use the bags that you get the mystery bags in. I have WIPs in. I have really cool bags like this that have pockets in them that I got, get at a discount store. I keep WIPs in, and then you hang these all over the place. I have WIPs hanging on the back of my attic closet door because they get bulky and in the way. And I'm not going to quit using WIP bags, I'm sure, but the baskets keep everything nice and neat. If you're for making granny squares, they're great because they lay flat and not all, all over the place. So I really do, and you can get them in different sizes. She ties, Krista ties a pair of scissors to the corner of her, so every WIP basket has the WIP in it, has the yarn in it, and has the hook. I don't have as many hooks as her. I have to move my hooks with my projects. But it makes it really, and they stack easy. So you can like just stack them up in a corner, and I really like that a lot. But if you don't want to buy baskets, I've also found that if you just put them in a shoebox, depending on the size of your WIPs, I got Chloe boots, ankle boots, but they're like chunky ankle boots for Christmas this past year. And I kept her box, her shoebox. She's like, no, I don't want that box. I'm like, cool. Projects fit in that size box really well. If you're know somebody that has a big foot, big projects will fit decent. Like I have the sweater I'm making Chloe that in that shoebox, and it also stacks very nice if you have a couple of different shoeboxes, you know. And it's cheap, and I totally love using better than bags for my active WIPs, particularly because they're easy to carry around and your stuff stays relatively neat because it's not folding up on top of each other and stuff like that. So that's enough about that. Now let me show you what's in this WIP basket. I did not sew scissors to this one. I tied scissors to the other basket that I'm using. Every time I go into that store, Marks, where I buy the Dreamweaver yarn, I've been picking up, well, not every time, but when I think about it, I've been picking up another one of these baskets. You can probably get them at the dollar store too. I just don't go into the dollar store very often, but I go into my Marks store all the time. And this is a decent sized basket. It will hold, like this way, a full skein of big yarn. You know, a big skein of yarn will fit in there. But they have smaller baskets, and any basket that you like will work. So let me show you what's in this basket. I had these swatches. Remember the swatches from when I did the yarn comparisons? And I'm like, I don't know what to do with those. It's kind of, I don't want to waste the yarn. And they're not all the same size. They, you know, turned out different sizes. Not really sure why. But I was talking with one of my subscribers, Katie Bear, and she said that I should sew them together and make a blanket. Well, the swatches are small, but it is the season of the granny. So I took the swatches and I'm making rectangular grannies out of them. So this is the swatch in the center, and then I'm just adding rows. This design is the Modern Granny. I believe that is a Crochet Crowd original. I will link it. But I had to modify it because the Modern Granny doesn't start with a solid square in the middle of double crochet. But what I'm doing is it's a scrap blanket that I'm going to make. And so far, I think I have 12 squares that I can make all together. Well, that's if I don't use the shiny yarn like the Karen Simply Soft. I think I had to add one in, and maybe I'll do more, I don't know. But I can just continuously add more scraps to make them big enough to make a blanket out of. And so I wanted to show you how it was working up. First of all, I went into my scrap bin and I just picked out yarns. I haven't used them all yet, but I just picked out yarns and I threw them in my basket. And then as I'm working on a square, I just pick out one or a couple, and say, oh, let's go with this. But these aren't big enough yet to do, you know, they're going to need more and more rounds. But I started with, you know, just a couple of rounds and see how it works out and see how big it's going to end up. And then when I got done yesterday, I decided that it needs more rounds. I don't have enough little swatches to just do 2 rounds. Well, it's actually 4 rounds, because you do the Modern Granny and you make this like chain part. It's like chain 3, skip 2, go into the third one. And then that's 1 round, and then the next round you just do double crochets in it. So as it grows, it's a round of the chain stitch and then a round of the double crochet. And it's designed to be in a rectangle, so these were about 20 stitches across. So I just kind of made it work. And then I picked out yarns that kind of go together a little bit, or that I like together. And this one let's make the middle contrasting to the outside. You know, you can just play with it and do whatever you want. The next rows, I don't know what yarn's going to go on. But I'm just going to play with it and make it grow until it's blanket size, maybe small baby blanket size. So maybe just one or two more like double crochet rows on each one. I don't know. I'll decide after I get them all kind of designed, you know, the first two double crochet rounds on them, and then we'll see what happens. But I thought that's a pretty cool idea. So thanks Katie Bear for helping me with that idea. I am using the 5.5mm hook on it because that's what most of the worsted weights yarns called for, you know, on the swatches. So then I just continued with that. I don't have any ends really woven in or clipped off or whatever. And I just, like I said, I haven't even used all the different size color scraps that I've put in here. I put some more in here before I brought it up to make this video with. And if hopefully I was going to just like continuously grab a different yarn every time, but I thought, you know, maybe I'll just throw some in the basket and maybe we'll get through some of these and actually make them go away. I don't know. We'll see. So there's, I don't know, you know, there's like no rhyme nor reason. So I did want to show you that as a new WIP. I am still working on the neon squares. I think I have 27 of them done. And that's not as big as I want the blanket to be. So I started some more. I think I'm going to go 6 by 6. So I think I need 36 squares. And I haven't decided on any joins, what kind of join I want to do on any of them. So nothing is joined together. I don't want to join them all together till I have them all designed, so I know what the colors look like and how to put that together. So let's see, that I haven't touched Chloe's sweater. She was over last weekend and I did size it up to her, and I got like 2 more rows and then I have to do whatever you have to do for the neckline. And I got too excited about working on these greenie squares and I haven't touched her sweater, so I feel bad about that. But I'll get to it. So let's see, I did make a list. And I forgot the first one. The first thing on my list, because I always want to forget to ask you to subscribe and hit the subscribe button. And thank you all so much for being subscribed, for watching, for sharing, for liking, commenting. That really does help my channel grow, and I appreciate that. I do, by the way, have a Facebook group page. I know I don't talk about it too often. I haven't talked about it in a long time, but I do have one, and it is linked in the description box below. I always put it in there. And I do have, it's good until the end of March. There is a 10% off on Premier yarns if you are, I think you have to be the first for one order. One order from Premier Yarns online, and they do flash sales and stuff. So if you guys are not, you know, subscribe with your email address to the yarn companies, you miss out on a lot of good sales, which is why I have all this yarn. To be honest, I like to, you know, buy it on sale. That's the way you got to get it. Buy it on sale at a really good price, and you don't want to miss the good sales. And then if you can get a good sale and a discount code, you're in. I did have 2 shout outs I wanted to do today. Oh, before I do those, for any of you going to Stitch Fest 2020, I just want to say I got my passport last week. I forgot to announce it. I'm so excited. I booked my rooms like when she first gave the hotel room where the hotel is. I did book my room then, and I filled out my questionnaire thing, and just waiting for the passport, and it did arrive. So yay, yay, yay. I'm so excited. I will definitely 100% be there. Not that I thought I wouldn't get it. I was just afraid I wouldn't get it in time, because, you know, you never know what's going to happen when you're getting something from the government. Okay, so now shout outs. I wanted to shout out Jen from Unchained Crochet. She's up to 196 subscribers, and she has a great channel. She's making a lot of videos right now. She's not working for some reason. I really didn't, I don't know the details of that, but she said she'll be going back to work soon. and she won't be able to crank out as many videos. She just said that in the video I watched this morning. So give her a look, because she is doing a round robin blanket. She's calling it a hot potato clue. And she's really saying that you need to be an immediate or better, a crocheter. So I will not be asking to join that, but I can't wait to watch people see what they create on this blanket. You don't know I'm not quite sure. You have to watch it, but she's going to start it, and then she's going to send it to the next, someone on the list, and then she will give them what kind of stitch, I think, that they do to add to the blanket. And then they show you what they did, they show you the blanket, and then they give a clue as to who they're sending it to, but they can't say the channel name. So if I did the blanket and then I was sending it to her, let's say she would be the next person, but it wouldn't be. I would have to come up with something to get you to the fact that the blanket is going to Unchained Crochet with clues in what I say, and then that gets sent to her, and then you have to watch her video to see what gets added to the blanket next. And then I think the blanket gets donated to the final person's charity of choice. So that's really cool. It's like a great idea. I crochet by watching somebody else do it. I'm a tutorial crocheter, so I don't think that she can say, oh, just do this stitch and then I'm gonna do it, and that's not gonna work for me. So anyway, I can't wait to see it happen, and I've never seen anybody do this on YouTube before, so I think it's really cool, and you want to keep up on what's going on with that. I think I'm going to, because I think it's very awesome. And I did want to shout out Pamela's Adoring Crochet. She is up to 821 subscribers, so she just needs just less than a couple hundred to get to her 1,000. So I wanted to give her a good shout out. I really like watching her tutorial, or her channel, and we need to get her just a little more to get her to that 1,000 subscribers. So many channels in the last 2 weeks. I think those growth streams are really something to do. They're on nights that I have to go to bed really early because I work really early, and so I miss them. And I tried to tune into one and let it play as I fell asleep, because I do frequently, when I go to bed at 8 o'clock at night, I listen to YouTube videos. I fall asleep to them all the time. I just let them play, and I don't do that when I go to bed with my husband on the nights that I don't work the next morning. I don't put YouTube out to go to sleep to, because that would be annoying to him, but I do play YouTube videos to go to sleep to when I go to bed at 8 o'clock. And so I tried to listen to, I think, the fishing guy one night, and the energy level was so high. It was such high energy level, I couldn't fall asleep. I'm like, no, I need someone that's a little calmer, and I had to go to a different video. I can understand why Madonna, and I know she watches them all the time. I think I know Rosalie, she tunes in, and her channel grew. She's really close to 1,000. If she has, I didn't check it today, but she's really close to 1,000 yesterday. Her channel, a couple hundred subscribers in a day. Whoa, girlfriend. So yay for her. And if you haven't checked out Rosalie at Yarn It Out, do that. And Madonna Ballard, she is great to watch. I totally love her. Now I need to write those down so I don't forget to link them. Don't have a pen. Figures. I have a crochet hook. Can't write with that. So anyway, that's it for my shout outs. That's it for my new WIP I wanted to show you what I was doing with those. I think it's kind of fun. I'm kind of excited about that one. And I think I'll do I'm not really going to do a crochet as you go. I wish I could do that on some of these, but I just, I want to see how they're going to lay out first, since they're different. Everyone's different, and the colors are different. Oh, that's what I mean. The colors are different. So I think I want to more color coordinate them for, I don't know, does it make sense? But on this particular blanket, I need to make them bigger first anyway. But with the way that it works, if I just, you know, when you got this row, if I just end on like a row like this, then that would be easy to crochet them together when I decide how big they're going to be. Just end it on the chain row and then chain them together. I think that would be cool. I think that's probably how I'll do this. The other blankets that I'm working on, I don't know. And I haven't started the one from Terri's Yarnjoy, but I got kind of the rectangular idea from hers. Anyway, that's where I'm at. That's just the update that I have for you. I will see you next time. Have a great yarny day. And go visit some of those channels. Thanks. Bye.